What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my video. So today I want to talk about something that I just saw pop up this week with these 2020 trucks, and that refers to the transmissions. Now, I made a couple of videos previously about the 10-speed transmissions on this truck, and I recently saw the other day Randy's Transmissions is now coming out and making a built 10-speed transmission. Now, there's good and bad things about this. Good part is there's more competition out there on getting these trucks transmissions built and bringing the price down, because right now RevMax basically the only company out there making transmissions for these trucks that are built, and I think they patent a lot of the parts and stuff like that, so it's kind of, you know, they have the market cornered on that aspect, so they can charge whatever they want to charge. Now, I didn't get a hold of Randy's yet to see what they're charging for their transmissions because, like I said, it's just something that started this week, and I want to dive into a little bit more detail on that. But like I said, I just want to go over a little bit. Like I said, Randy's is now building 10 speeds, which is a good and bad thing. The good part is like I said, more competition. The bad part is B, they're basically saying the same thing that RevMax is, that these transmissions will never be, you know, big power holders. And the thing is with me, I want to make some power with my 10-speed. Now, the thing that, you know, sucks about it is that I want the new body style. If I wanted the 17 and 19 body style, I would have went out, you know, brought one of those and made all the power I want. I figured, you know, with the 10-speed, it wouldn't take too long for the transmission tuning to come out. We're going on almost 3 years now, I believe, and there's still no word on the 10-speed TCM tuning. I would think by now, you know, there'd be some type of transmission tuning out for the 10 speeds, which would be nice. Like I said in previous videos, I talk about it all the time. Trans tuning is not the end-all be-all. If you tune a transmission and you beat the crap out of it, you'll still blow the transmission up. It's basically just for more drivability sakes that, you know, you can up the line pressure, control the shift points, and just have a better daily driver. It doesn't defuel, and the truck does what you want it to do. Now, the transmission is great. I do love it, but like I said, Randy's basically said the same thing that RevMax did, is that these transmissions will never hold a ton of power. And the downside to that is I saw that RevMax and Randy's, I believe they're around like saying that these transmissions will handle 650 horsepower. Now, when you're paying, I think RevMax is like 12,500 something with core. When you're paying that type of money for a built transmission that can only handle 600 horsepower, that's not even worth it in the slightest, in my opinion, to go ahead and get that. You might as well just keep putting stock units in it. If you're really planning on making a ton of power blowing through it, you know, just turn it down a little bit. But you can get a built 6-speed for like $5,000 to $6,000. So you're paying literally double, and you can only make like 600 horse. Like, to me, that's totally just a waste of money. Now, I've been thinking along the lines, I really didn't want to go this route, but 6-speed swapping my truck, no one that I believe has done that yet. And the thing that comes down to at the end of the day is just the OS changes from 17 to 19 to 20 plus. And talking to a couple people, the biggest thing would be with this is just kind of the push button start deal, because you can go back and I believe run it off of 17 and 19 OS. I'm not 100% sure. Never really played around with that. I'm sure there's, you know, there's going to be some more tweaks, but this is going to be nothing like a Cummins standalone that you can put, you know, a Cummins transmission, swap them out from, you know, the 68 RFE to the 48s. These Duramaxes, the newer ones, not a lot of people have really played around with them yet to be able to go ahead and say, you know, hey, this is how you do a standalone. This truck's just way too new, and I believe with HB tuners is a totally different ballpark, just kind of with this platform in general. But I would want to go ahead and do that, but I just don't have the means, so I'm kind of just waiting. Hopefully someone comes out with, you know, this is what you got to do to swap it, then I'll go ahead and do it myself. The swap isn't what, you know, will affect me. That'll be easy to do. No, not too easy, but there's not really too much behind doing that, I would assume. Just a drive shaft deal and just a couple other little things. But the main thing is just getting the TCM on the T87A to work in this and perform how it should, basically as a standalone. But that, I'd rather take the difference, because I don't think it'll cost $6 grand to go through all that mess to convert the parts over from a 10-speed to a 6-speed. I'd rather take that $6 grand and do that versus paying $12,500 for something that can only handle 600 horsepower, and at the end of the day, my current setup here is already well surpassed the 600 horsepower mark. Gonna get back on a dyno soon, but like I said, not worth it at all for that. And I kind of just wanted to make a little video this week talking about that, you know, I hope someone will come out, figure out how to do that, and save, you know, a ton of money, because that $6,000 you put to good use by transferring it over and you actually have something proven that will hold the power. Now, I talked about this many times before. The 10 speeds are kind of a hit or miss type deal. I'm making way more power, and I never had to slip once, do anything weird or funky, because I don't beat the absolute crap out of it. I respect my stuff, and it holds. Now, I have heard of some instances, you know, trucks are 100% stock blowing up trannies. Now, it comes down to the end of the day, either get a good one or a bad one. My buddy ended up blowing his engine before he blew the 10-speed. And now 10-speed, the stock one's still in there with way more power, zero issues. So at the end of the day, I think it all comes down to, you know, good or bad one. You know, you talk about that, people don't want to admit that that's the case, but when something's mass produced, you can never get 100% of the time something right. It's always going to be, you know, a good one or a bad one. Now, I'm not saying it's good like a 50-50, but you will get an occasional bad one. And like I said, people like to crap on these 10 speeds, and I love mine. I just wish I could up it to handle more power. Just the defueling is just absolutely killing me and driving me nuts. And like I said, it's been like 3 years now, and there's not even ETA from HP tuners on, you know, when this 10-speed transmission tuning will be done. It's nice because the 10-speed in the Fords has that, basically through HP tuners. So I would think by this time frame, someone should have came along, you know, figured it out. At first, I heard from HP tuners that they said, oh, there's not enough demand for us to do it, and trust me, there is a ton of demand. People would buy the crap out of the 10-speed tuning if that were a thing. But like I said, I don't know if they're just busy with other things and they don't want to start pushing onto the 10-speed platform yet. And who knows, they could have it done, say they're not working on it, and it could be released tomorrow. So at the end of the day, I have no idea on when that will be out. I just hope it's sometime soon, because that will just clear up a lot of the problems. And kind of too, it's hard to tune these because the torque limiting with the 10-speed, you know, if the transmission's getting some weird, you know, torque commands and stuff like that, it end up actually pulling power because of how smart these transmissions are. So it's kind of a pain that, you know, if you had TCM tuning, you say, hey, do this, and the transmission will do that. So I just wanted to make this quick little video, you know, talking about the more competition coming out with the 10-speed, just some more updates on it, because I haven't made a video about it in a while. But like I said, these 10 speeds will never be, you know, power monsters, be able to hold a ton of power. There's just too much to them. They're too big, and there's not enough room inside of there. So that's basically what it comes down to. At the end of the day, you know, you can go out and spend all the money you want on it, but it's not going to handle a ton of power as of now. I'm sure down the road, you know, people come out and maybe, you know, one day it can handle 1,000 horsepower. But if they're charging, you know, that type of money for 600, I can only imagine what 1,000 horsepower is going to be. But like I said, that's even if it gets to that point. But if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. If you like this video, be sure to leave it a big thumbs up. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Stop this conversation.